Hello, this is Linda and Aaron with Traveling Flamingo, and we're so excited to share with you today what we thought of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So we got to go a couple times already this year, and we know for many people Halloween is their favorite time of year, and Disney sure does do it right. So stay tuned, we've got lots to share with you about what's new this year, and just to give you some general information as well if you've never been to it before. So thanks again for watching, and we hope you enjoy.
So Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is one of our favorite special ticket events at Disney's Magic Kingdom, and it happens on select nights from August to November 1st. They basically turn the Magic Kingdom into trick-or-treating and into sort of the villains come out and they do sort of a really nice experience. So Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Parties are hard-ticketed events, so you do have to pay $74 for children aged 3 to 9 or $79 for those over 10. So the event itself runs from 7 p.m. to midnight, and you are able to get into the park at 4 p.m. So if you don't have a park ticket for that day, you can still get into the park as long as you're there after 4 p.m. And if you do not have a pass for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, at about 6 p.m., they'll start ushering you out of the park. So do be aware that if you are there and you don't have a pass, they will ask you to leave in a very polite Disney way. However, if you do have a pass, you don't need a ticket, provided you're good with showing up after 4 p.m. If you want to go in before 4 p.m., you will require a park ticket. Costuming is encouraged. However, you're not allowed to have any weapons or anything that looks like a weapon, of course. And you also need to make sure that whatever you're wearing is family appropriate. We will put a link in the description below if you are interested in this for all the rules and regulations for costuming. However, at a high level, you're not allowed masks. You're not allowed to have anything that could be conceived as a weapon. And again, it has to be family appropriate. So basically, this event is Halloween and Disney magically rolled into one.
As Aaron had mentioned with the costuming, that can be a lot of fun. Some people's costumes are absolutely amazing, and it can be a lot of fun just walking around and seeing how some people had different costumes. And we always like doing a group costume when we go with our friends. So I'm going to talk about some of the ride overlays. So Space Mountain has an overlay which we really enjoyed and did a few times. And what they do is turn all the lights out so it's completely dark. You didn't realize how much light there was in the first place when there's absolutely none. And they change the music. So that one's a lot of fun. Haunted Mansion also has an overlay. And they have the ghost outside interacting with people. So nothing different during it, but they do have an overlay outside. And the Pirates of the Caribbean also has an overlay. And they have pirates throughout the queue as well as during the ride. They have cast members there. So that's another one which we enjoy to do because it's a little bit different than on a regular day at the park.
So I'm not exactly sure if turning off all the lights on Space Mountain is considered an overlay, but it is quite a bit of fun without the lights on. So there's two more ride-specific overlays that we wanted to mention. The Mad Tea Party has sort of a disco light thing going on, which is really kind of fun, and there is no lines for that, so we took the opportunity to ride it. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, also new this year. It used to be a treat station last year, but they've added a little bit of the Monsters Inc. Show into this candy station now, and you can go ahead and get 2 candy station pickups there. There's one when you're coming into the Laugh Floor and one when you leave it, so good tip to maximize the amount of candy you're going to get. And lastly, the other thing that they're offering is special character appearances, and they come out in costume. They've got stuff like Jafar. They've got a whole bunch of sort of the villains that you can see that are out, Lotso, and all the different sort of villains from like Zurg from Toy Story and all those people. So that's kind of a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of characters you don't usually see in the Magic Kingdom, which is great.
Another part of the Halloween party is trick-or-treating, and definitely you can tell for some people and kids this is a highlight of their evening. It is unlimited trick-or-treating at designated stations throughout the Magic Kingdom. The event is sponsored by Mars Wrigley, so there's a variety of chocolates and gummies. I mean, I thought the selection was great. We did come home with quite a few bags, and we weren't even trying to go hardcore on trick-or-treating. But you can see some people who are walking around with multiple bags who have definitely hit up those trick-or-treat stations pretty hard. They do also have an allergy-friendly option. So they will give you a different colored bag, and whenever you go to a trick-or-treat station, you just show them that you've got this blue bag, and it signifies to them that you have an allergy, and they will give you a token, which you will take to one of the designated areas to swap in your tokens for candies. And we did this. My sister has an allergy, and then I had done it as well one night because we were doing a little experiment. But you do not get nearly as much candy as people who are trick-or-treating. You can go back and ask for more, but it is great if you have nut allergies and it's highly allergic that you're really concerned about that cross-contamination, dairy, or any other allergies, that they do have a good variety of options, but you're not going to get as much. It's more just for the experience of being able to participate in the trick-or-treating. And we did also find that the trick-or-treat stations towards the end of the night, there were no lines, and the handfuls are pretty generous. They're pretty generous throughout the whole night, but definitely at the end of the evening as well.
Now, some of the rides do close to become trick-or-treat stations. So if you do want to ride some of these rides, or they're your favorite rides, you definitely want to do that before 6 p.m. The rides that will be closed is Jungle Cruise, Country Bear Jamboree, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Ariel's Grotto, Carousel of Progress, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, although it's just they don't have the show. They still have bits of the show in the trick-or-treat line, as we said earlier. And Splash Mountain, we actually weren't too sure about. It does say that it will close. However, the first night we were there, they were still open, and the second night they were closed. So let us know in the comments below if you've gone here and whether or not it was closed for you. So we aren't sure if that one fully closes or there's just a candy line next to it. So let us know in the comments below on that one.
So if you're somebody who's got to enjoy the Halloween party before and you're wondering if some of the events are returning, there are many which are returning again this year. Mickey's Boo to You Parade, which is one of their most favorite and popular ones, is returning and it will be at 9:15 and 11:15, with the 9:15 being the most popular parade, of course. There are a couple little new additions to this parade, but overall it is the exact same parade. It's definitely one of my favorite parades, and that song is extremely catchy. If you're planning on showing up and you've got strollers, you will want to make sure you're there early, but we were all adults who were arriving, so we were able to sort of stand behind the families with the strollers. They will still be having the Hocus Pocus Spelltacular. That will be at 8:45, 10:45, and midnight on the main stage at Cinderella's Castle. They also have the Monstrous Scream-O-Ween Ball, which is from 7 p.m. to midnight at the Rocket Tower Plaza stage in Tomorrowland, where you can dance the night away with your Monsters, Inc. characters. They have the Storybook Circus Disney Junior Jam. That's from 7 p.m. to midnight in Fantasyland, where you can dance with all your Disney Junior characters. And they do have an event-exclusive spell cards for the Sorcerers of Magic Kingdom. We've never done that before, so if you've ever done that, we'd love to hear what you think about it in the comments below or how long it takes. We always find the Halloween events go so quickly that that's something that we haven't made a priority to do for ourselves.
So now on to what you're all probably wondering about. What's new? So there are 2 new shows, and those 2 new shows are Disney's Not So Spooky Spelltacular, and that happens at 10:15. And it's really about Mickey Mouse and his friends on Halloween night. It's a projection map onto the castle, so you do want to be in sort of sight of the castle to get the most out of this show. And there's also laser lights, which is really cool. It's kind of what they have at the Star Wars one in Hollywood Studios, if you've seen that. We really enjoyed the projection mapping. We really enjoyed the fireworks. It was really good. We liked it. I think this was, a very strong replacement of the previous one. However, it does get very busy, so do be prepared. It does get busy. There is also a fireworks dessert party if you're interested in that. And there's also the Disney Descendants party, which happens at 7 p.m. to midnight at Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. And that was kind of interesting. We aren't really ones on the Descendants bandwagon necessarily, but the party seemed really cool. The DJs seemed very high energy. It seemed like a lot of fun. Everyone there was seeming to have a lot of fun. It happens right there where Sunny Eclipse is, where he does his music stuff during the regular day.
Another thing which is new this year is a lot of the specialty food items. We got to try a lot of them, which was awesome. We had one epic eating night, and we wanted to do that so we could share with you guys what we thought so you can make the most of your time there. We do want to warn you ahead of time. Some of these items are available all day, where others are only available during the event. So you're going to want to look into that beforehand. And we did find some of them had some pretty big lines. So there were 3 of us. We were able to divide and conquer. Some of us went in lines for different things, and then we met up to try everything. So do know it might be hard to try a lot in one night. The other thing that we found helpful was the pre-order at a couple places where we could order it on our cell phone and then they would have it ready for us. So into what we tried, they have Jack and Sally Push Pops. This is located at the snack carts near Cinderella's table. It's a chocolate cake with a vanilla icing push pop. It was pretty good, nothing great. It's really more Instagrammable than, something special that I would go back and try again. We also had the Halloween cinnamon roll, which is offered at the Main Street Bakery. Delicious. Those cinnamon rolls fresh are so good. Chocolate on top, shaped like a Mickey head. I'm a sucker for that. Really enjoyed that. We all thoroughly enjoyed that. We went to the Golden Oak Outpost, where they have 3 special food events: the cinnamon donut, the frozen apple cider, and the caramel pretzel. The cinnamon donuts were great. They were fresh. I personally wouldn't spend my money on them again because they're just like any other fresh cinnamon donut, but it did come with a really cool special Halloween container. The frozen apple cider was amazing. I would definitely go back for the frozen apple cider. If you're a slush fan, if you're an apple cider fan, it was delicious. We were also there in August. It was crazy hot. Definitely enjoyed that. And the caramel pretzel, honestly, at the end of all the food we were trying, that was the only thing that we had left on the plate. Personally, it wasn't our favorites. The pretzel was fresh. The caramel inside was meh, but with so much other delicious food to have, I wouldn't go back and have that one again.
So we also had the Hades nachos, and this is at Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. And just as an FYI, it does close at 11 p.m. This was really good. It was like a buffalo cheese with chicken on it and black bean nacho chips, and that was really, really good. There's the Constance for Better or for Worse wedding cake at Liberty Square Popcorn Cart, and this was not really a cake. This was more of a mousse. I think if we knew it was a mousse, we might have liked it a little bit more, but this one is very Instagrammable. I'm sure you've seen it a million times, as you can see in the video above. However, it was good, just not exactly what we expected. There's a Not.so burger, which is at Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe, and this is one of what I thought was my favorite. This is a beef patty topped with brie fondue, strawberry bacon jam, onion rings, and a Not.so branded bun. And I am not always a fan of Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe, as I'm sure some of you watching this are the same. However, this was really good, and I really enjoyed it. Lastly, there's a pumpkin spice milkshake. You have to really love pumpkin spice for this one, but if you're on that pumpkin spice latte, that PSL train, you will love this. So if you love it, go ahead and get this milkshake. It was good, but again, you gotta love pumpkin.
So even though there were 3 of us and we got to go multiple times to the event, we still did not get the opportunity to try all of the specialty food items that they have. They also had a couple other specialty drinks we didn't get to, but I would like to mention them here. So there's a muck cupcake. We talked to some people who had it. It is huge. It's totally shareable. It's a huge mess. Your mouth will be dyed a different color, but they really enjoyed the flavors. Just a heads up about the side effects of it. At Casey's Corner, they also have a Donald brownie. It's the regular brownie with a picture of Donald on the top. With so much other great food, we thought we can get the brownie any time of year. They have a Billy's Worm and Dirt at Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. One of the things we did totally go back and try is a chocolate Mickey waffle sundae and a headless horseman cheesecake that are both available at Sleepy Hollow. We did not get a chance to get to those, but I think the Mickey waffle sundae and then the headless horseman cheesecake would be pretty cool. The Maleficent cone is back. I believe they had that before at Storybook Treats. And the new, similar to the milkshake, they had the pumpkin spice soft serve sundae at the Antique Gravity Galactic goodies, and I think it would be similar flavor to the milkshake, but in the sundae. So a few things we didn't get to try, but there's so much amazing specialty food at these events, so you could definitely go a couple times and just eat your way around the Halloween event.
As an honorable mention, there are also two other things. There is the Cruella's Halloween Hideaway. This is $99. So this is a special ticketed event inside of a special ticketed event. So, you're going to be spending a bit more money. However, they do include a bunch of different hors d'oeuvres that you can have while you're there. And they do also have some alcoholic drinks that are included in that package. And Cruella is also there that you can take photos with. You are also allowed to leave and come back. We didn't do this. We figured we spent enough on the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween event tickets. There is also Disney's Not So Spooky Halloween dessert party. And this is very much like the other fireworks dessert parties. You go out and you watch the fireworks show, or you see it from the Tomorrowland Terrace. So, pretty standard if you're used to one of the other fireworks dessert parties. If you're not, we'll add a card to a review on the fireworks dessert party that you can watch too.
So if you're looking for some new merchandise to remember your event from, Disney has brought out some brand new merchandise for 2019. They have 2 new Spirit jerseys. One is a Hocus Pocus, one with the Sanderson sisters. Another one is a really cool black sparkly one with Halloween colors all over it. All about the Spirit jerseys these days. They've brought out some new mugs. They also have event-specific trading pins. They have some event t-shirts as well as a special Halloween party magic band. So anything you want there, a little something, they've got quite a variety that you can grab to remember your event from.
They also have a bunch of merchandise outside of just this event. So they've got like Mickey, they got like Vampire Mickey, and they've got a bunch of just sort of standard Halloween merchandise, which is really cool. So overall, we've gone to this event many, many times. We really enjoy this Halloween party. We love the Boo-to-You parade, which is one of our favorite musical parades here. We also enjoy the new fireworks show. That was great. And the food's always so unique. Every time we go here, there is something different and something new to find. As you can tell, there's so much food. There's so many different things. There's, a whole bunch of different drinks that we didn't really have time to talk about here as well that you can go and get. And, you may feel overwhelmed by the amount of planning you might need to do for this. We will do a video on how to use your time most effectively at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
As Aaron said, there's a lot to take into consideration when you're planning your evening. The event goes extremely quickly. You might be there from 4 or only from 7 until midnight. So we will be making a video to help you plan your evening so you can maximize and make sure that you get in what you really want to do. And I personally, for this one, would say make sure you check out that new fireworks show. I was extremely impressed. So just before we sign off, we would like to thank a couple people for commenting on our Tiffin's video. Alpha Traveler 1, thank you so much for your like and your comment. We appreciate your commitment to our channel. And Andrew McGallen, thank you so much for commenting on our videos. We really do appreciate it. We so enjoy being part of this community, especially talking about travel and hearing what other people have enjoyed or learned from either our videos or their own travels, so we can all be learning and sharing together. So thanks very much to everyone who's commented on our videos. We do appreciate being part of this discussion in this community.
So if you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you would like to be notified more of our videos, go ahead and click subscribe. There's also a notification bell that apparently notifies you. Go ahead and click on that as well. Thank you very much for watching, and happy travels.